Welcome to the Parkland Report. I'm Stephanie Stewart, Vice President for Communications and External Affairs here at Parkland College, and you're watching the show where we talk to the people making things happen at Parkland College. Today I have three guests for you, all from the Parkland Presents entities, the way that the community comes to experience Parkland College oftentimes for the very first time. We'll be hearing from the Parkland College Theater, the Gertz Gallery, as well as the Gallery Planetarium. But my first guest is Mike O'Brien from our theater department. He's a faculty member, and welcome to the show.
Thank you very much. Thanks for having me here.
Yes, very exciting to have you on. It's the first time I've had you as a guest on the show.
First time.
So tell me a little bit about what the theater has coming up, because I know that many of our viewers are maybe frequent theater attendees, or they've never visited before, and they want to know what's the slate looking like for this year.
Well, we're excited this year because this is the first year since the pandemic, dare I bring that up, that we've had a full season. We have a full 6-show season for the first time. 4 main stage on the minor theater, and then we have a newer faction called the Actor Studio series. And the Actor Studio series is our small black box productions, and they focus solely on Parkland students. Whereas the bigger productions are community engagements, so we have both student and community members working on the productions at the same time.
That's wonderful. Yeah, I think a lot of folks that may have been to those larger productions maybe haven't been to a black box, so that may be something to add to your calendar.
Yeah, our black box hasn't gotten a lot of use, unfortunately, in the past couple of years, but we've got two productions this year. One I get to direct. We're doing Shakespeare's Comedy of Errors in there, and next semester we're doing The Good Doctor, which is a Neil Simon piece for the black box. Yeah.
Wonderful. Glad to hear it. I know that you had shared with me before we came on about a new way that community members can purchase tickets. So can you share about that new structure?
Yes.
And how they learn more?
Yeah. This year we're offering season ticket packages. We have 2 different packages. One is called the Flexible Pass, and you can call the box office or go online, and you can choose a date for each show. And that's it's a certain percentage off. I'm not sure what that is. But you'll get a single ticket for every show this year, and you can pick which date you want to see the show. The nice thing about this is that you're not locked into that date. So if you get, they're asking you to pick a date for our show in April of next year. Things may change.
Maybe.
But but you have the option to call ahead and change dates, and that's why they call it the Flexible Pass. The other program is our opening night. It's kind of a tradition at the theater. Our opening night show is always half price. So we now have a opening night package. So you have all 6 shows, half price, and there's another, I think, like 10 or 15% on top, discount on top of that half price. So for like less than $45, $50, you can see all 6 shows on opening night. And yeah, so it's that's brand new this year and proving to be popular. People are calling up. Nice.
That's great. Yeah, a great way to maybe pace out and make sure that you'll be at the theater, and remember to purchase tickets is just to buy them in advance.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and we've had patrons from the past before, from years past, asking for it. So now finally we've got a new ticketing system and a full season to make available. So yeah, why not? So we started it this year.
That's wonderful. Can you share a little bit about how our students prepare for these shows? Because our students are so incredibly talented, and oftentimes they're matched with community members that have been doing this a very long time. So talk a little bit about what that experience is like for our students.
Oh man, that's a big question because there's a lot of facets to it. Our students, they start in our classroom, but we kind of pride ourselves on the fact that we are a learning laboratory. The theater and both the main stage and the black box are learning laboratories for our students. So we give them as many chances to be part of a production as possible. And that's not just being in the cast. Some of our second-year students, they are designing shows. We have set designers, costume designers, lighting, sound, properties designers, all for the black box shows, and some of our more advanced students are lighting designers and sound designers for the main stage shows as well. So our philosophy is, yeah, the classroom is important, but for theater, you have to do it. You have to get in there and you get your feet wet and figure out how to be part of the team, because it's not just the technical stuff, it's not just the acting stuff, but it's teamwork, it's discipline, and all of that encompasses the theater. So the more you get into it, the better you are, and that's kind of how we approach it.
That's great. Yeah, applied learning.
Very much
in
so.
the arts.
Exactly. Yeah.
That's wonderful. So if you're a community member as well, you had mentioned that there is that opportunity for students to take part in shows where community members are also involved. So if you're one of our viewers, for example, and you maybe have that background or have that desire to get involved, how does somebody kind of watch for those opportunities and learn about them?
Primarily our website. Our website has, just going on the search engine, Parkland Theater, and it's usually the first one that comes up, and it takes you straight to the Parkland Theater page, and there's a list of shows with audition dates. So if you're a member of the community and you see one of the shows that you're interested, check on the audition dates, and the 4 main stage shows are all open to the community for audition. And generally in terms of like design positions and things like that, you can contact our technical director and our program director, Brian Morgan, and he takes care of finding our design talent. But you talk to him, and he's very good at looking out for new talent.
That's wonderful. And just a final question for you. Why is it so important that Parkland provides this opportunity, both for our students, but then also for the community as well, this cultural opportunity with the theater?
Theater this is my philosophy of it is, mathematics is great. It's a tool, that's a necessary tool. Proper English, grammar, English, it's a proper tool. But the theater and all the arts, all the performing arts, this is where you apply those things. This is where our culture is built. This is where we learn to be a bigger, better community in the theater. And I think it's vitally important that we do our best here, and I think we do, to provide a positive experience for students and community members alike to be part of this culture and this kind of process of applying all of our skills in weird and wonderful ways.
Weird and wonderful ways. Perfect note to end on. Thank you very much for being on the show.
My pleasure.
All right, next we'll talk with Eric Johnson from the Gallery and Planetarium.
It's your time to create the future you want at Parkland College. Time to explore your path among 100+ degree and career programs. It's your time to do you. Enroll now at parkland.edu.
All right, we're back from break, and we're here with Eric Johnson, who is an associate professor of astronomy, as well as the director of the Gallery and Planetarium. Welcome back to the show.
Thanks for having me again.
You're a frequent guest.
Apparently.
Always new information to share about what's happening at the planetarium.
Right.
We were chatting before you came on just about all of the shows that are coming up. So can you give me the full rundown of what our community can expect this fall?
Okay. I'm guessing you don't want a daily schedule, but I can go a little bit more broad than that.
The high level.
That's fine. But basically, at the planetarium nowadays, we're trying to air new shows every single month. And by new shows, I mean we're trying to change out shows so that what you saw in September is going to be different from what's available in October. So in October, we're actually premiering a brand new show that we just acquired a license to air called Expedition Reef. That program it shows lots of sea life. It shows how coral bleaching has been occurring lately. People may have heard about that really unfortunate side effect of climate change, and what scientists are actually doing to try to help preserve those corals out there in the water. I got to see this a year or so ago, and I thought it was just a gorgeous program, and I really thank the Friends of the Gallery and Planetarium who pay for annual memberships at the planetarium and it was their funds that allowed us to actually get that license to bring that to our community.
That's wonderful.
So that's playing throughout all of October. We'll have a different show in November called The Sun, Our Living Star, and in December we'll focus on holiday shows like Season of Light, which is a perennial favorite for us. Yeah.
That's great. One of the things that's really incredible about our community is that we have the second largest planetarium dome in the state of Illinois.
That's right. Having that 50-foot wide dome, the only one that is larger is the Adler Planetarium in Chicago. So it allows us to seat actually up to 126 people. It seems like there's always good seats available when you come to one of our shows. Right there.
Good seats and good shows. And now that we're changing shows out more frequently, there's more occasions to come back and just put it on your regular calendar.
Absolutely right.
That's great. Now you all have a very important anniversary coming up. So please tell me about the show that's planned. I know there's some maybe some vintage equipment that's involved. So tell me all about it.
That's absolutely right. So the planetarium was originally dedicated in 1987 on October 1st. Okay, so if you do the math, that means that this is the 35th anniversary, I guess, coming up just this Saturday, in fact. And so on October 1st, we will have a special show that will feature the original equipment that was used to project the stars and the sun and the moon and the planets up onto the dome. We did not replace that equipment when we went digital back in 2010, so we still can actually put that stuff on the dome in the present day. We usually don't do that for the public, but we're doing that for this special program. And also, as a host for that special program, I'll be there, but I'll be quickly turning the microphone over to our retired director, Dave Leake. Okay, he was here for 30 years. He knows that system a lot better than me, and I think people would be glad to see him in that capacity once again. So he'll be offering a show where he'll show people how that Zeiss star projector works. That's the mechanical projector that I was talking about. And he'll also show people how shows were run in those days when we had 60 slide projectors around the dome showing off the sky. And he'll also get you into some other behind-the-scenes stuff too. I think it'll be a real treat for a lot of people. If you're wondering about the name of the show, it's called Starkle Unplugged, the Zeiss-only experience. We thought it was pretty clever.
I like it, yeah. Unplugged. It's great to see the evolution of the planetarium, the continued investment on the part of the college, the friends of the planetarium, and also the baton from Dave, and it's thriving under your leadership as well, so that's very exciting.
Thank you. Yeah, it's really great.
You mentioned the Friends of the Planetarium. So how, if a community member is watching, they've been before, how do they become a friend of the planetarium?
Oh, that's a great question. Usually we have people pay for those memberships in person when they actually come there. They'll go and buy a membership either for themselves or for their whole family, and there's also a slight discount for seniors. And so with that membership, they'll get a card, and they can get newsletter notifications from us as well. But I guess the biggest draw is that that will pay for any show they attend for the next year, basically. Okay. And so that covers them and their entire family, depending on those membership levels. So usually we just have people fill out a paper form. It's still kind of, I guess, a little analog in that regard. You don't really, we don't have an online form for that. But yeah, that's how you can do it.
Great, and there's more and more opportunities to continue to come back, and so it's a good season to get that membership if you are interested.
Yeah.
Well, Eric, thank you very much for coming on the show, sharing about all the exciting things coming up, and I'm sure we'll have you back maybe next year to talk about what's going on at the planetarium.
Excellent. Thank you so much.
Thank you. All right. That's it for this segment, and we're going to go ahead and take a break, and next we'll have Lisa Costello, who will be joining us from the Gertz Gallery.
With our new facilities, the art classes at Parkland provide you with a wide range of opportunities. In addition to core art foundation classes that will transfer in art to four-year institutions, students may also take art courses to fulfill their humanities general education requirements or for personal enrichment. Beyond the core art classes of drawing and design, we offer studio electives in ceramics, painting, sculpture, jewelry metals, visual design, graphic design, and both digital and film photography. You don't have to be an art student or have previous art background to take any of our beginning level studio classes, no matter what your major is. If you're interested in art, but are not sure you want to jump into a studio class, there are courses that explore the principles and processes of art, like art appreciation and the history of art. In addition to general survey art history classes, there are options to take more specific classes, like the history of photography or non-Western art history. We have a welcoming, inclusive art community of students and involved faculty here at Parkland. In our classes, you'll find students of all backgrounds, levels of ability, and interest. Our classes provide a comfortable environment to work and explore. Our talented faculty are working artists who have years of experience teaching. They are very hands-on and caring, but they will also challenge you to do your best work. This is evident in the student exhibitions at the Gertz Gallery every spring. It is always the favorite moment of the students and faculty to see their artwork in the gallery. It's an impressive exhibit. So, get your education going, and who knows, this may be the first step in an art-related career in design, freelance work, art education, or gallery and museum opportunities. Invest in your own personal growth, and join us at Parkland.
All right, welcome back to our third segment today, all from the Parkland Presents entities here at Parkland College. And the third that we're going to talk about today is the Donna Hyland Gertz Gallery.
Yes.
So welcome, Lisa Costello, director.
Thank you. Thank you for inviting me. It's a pleasure to be here.
Yeah, Lisa's also a regular on the show, and we always want to touch base to see what's new at the gallery. Always lots of great new exhibits and engagements with the community. So.
Yeah, thank you.
So speaking of the community, you were out in the community this past weekend, and can you share what you were up to and what it was part of?
Well, Gertz Gallery collaborates with the Art and Design program, so our students here at Parkland College and the faculty, and we do Made Fest, it's the Made Fest, which is in tandem with Pygmalion. And it's a great event. It's an art fair, and so our students produce work, and then they get the experience of selling it and seeing what people like and what people don't like, and just the experience of having a booth. So it's a great entrepreneurial experience, as well as learning through the classroom and doing something like that. So most of the students are taking the jewelry and metal smithing class or the ceramics class, but we had some drawings as well, so there's always something for everybody there.
That's wonderful. Yeah, we're a proud sponsor of Pygmalion at the college, but it's always great to plug into those different cultural opportunities. We've done poetry readings, and it's great to be part of the Made Fest, and good exposure for students.
Yeah, it really is, and it's a great time, and we always appreciate everybody who comes out and supports our students that way.
That's great.
Yeah.
And another show that you guys just wrapped, I don't want to have it not mentioned, right, even though it's already wrapped and you can't come see it, but it's the faculty show.
Yes, yeah. So the Art and Design faculty show opens up every fall, our fall season, and we had about 10 artists this year. So it was a great experience, and beautiful artwork, really moving. So it's interesting to see how the faculty's work changes from year to year. And then also just sometimes people come out with these really amazing things that you had no idea they were working on. So yeah, it was really great this year.
And you can see some photos on Facebook, I think.
Yeah, we do post a lot of the work on Facebook and Instagram. So yeah, and our website too.
That's great. So yeah, people can go back and browse if they missed it.
Yeah, and watch Peggy Shaw did a really beautiful video for the faculty show, and that's online as well. So
great.
Yeah.
So tell me about the new show. What's happening now?
Well, we're in the middle of installing it. I've got my jeans on. So yeah, it's called Family Ties, and it's a group exhibit of about 5 artists, and they're from all over the country. And it's kind of about different things dealing with family and home. So we've got an artist, Gabby Magalay, who does work that's based on, she's from Texas, and so lives on the Texas border with Mexico, and is dealing with issues of family and oral history. And so she started documenting intimate moments in her family. So really beautiful. She just got her MFA and was a photo major. And then we have other artists who are like Marshall Sharp. He really interesting, was doing research into his family ancestry and realized that they had slaves in his family. So how does he kind of reconcile that? So his work is included in the show using family photos. And then we also have some other artists like dealing with fatherhood. So making peanut butter and jelly paintings and stop motion animation. So we've got a little bit of everything in the show. We've got ceramics, photography, painting, quilting, and installation. Another artist, Katie Varag, she drove her work all the way from Buffalo, so I should mention her.
Oh,
really
wow.
amazing artist. And she did an installation, and it's based on her finding out that her grandmother was a hoarder. And so how do you kind of deal with, issues with that? So just really beautiful, some about really close relationships with your family, sometimes not so close. And so I think it's a really fascinating show, and it's good for our students to see kind of the variety of content that you can incorporate into your work, and through self-expression. So
Yeah, it sounds really relatable no matter what your own context might be.
exactly,
That you could walk in and maybe make a connection or two with a few of the pieces and have a common experience. So members of our community, I know our students are lucky, right? They're here on campus and can waltz in, but our community members, can you talk about maybe where the Gertz Gallery is located? I know that sometimes you may park in a parking lot and wander your way in to try to find the gallery, but can you talk about your location and maybe the best place to park if folks want to come and take a look?
Yeah, thank you. Well, the gallery is located on the north side of campus, and it's in the center of the campus. So wherever you park, you'll probably be able to find us by asking for directions. But I recommend that you park in the M1 or M6 parking lot. You walk up, and it's between the gym and the rest of the building, and you can enter. There's like a waterfall area, and then you can enter through door X7. That's how I recommend you come, and then you just turn left, and the gallery is right there. But it is a little bit. It's worth the effort to find us, but sometimes it can be challenging. So yeah.
So share a little bit about some of the upcoming shows that are planned as well.
So I'm really excited about our show after that. I'm going to get my glasses on here because I want to talk a little bit about that. But our upcoming exhibition that's opening November 14th, the Family Ties exhibit is October 3rd through November 5th. But the upcoming show after that is In Blackest Shade and Darkest Light. And that's curated, it's a guest curator, Patrick Earl Hammy. And he teaches at the University of Illinois in the Art and Design department. He's a painter. And back when he was a young pup just starting out, we had a solo exhibit of his work. And so, it was really wonderful. And I've always kept him in mind for curating one of our drawing exhibitions. We have a biennial drawing exhibition that is on the years that we don't do a ceramics biennial. So it's a big one. We produce a catalog, and we invite artists from all over to exhibit. So anyway, we had asked him, maybe I would say it was like 5 years ago we started the conversation, and then we had to delay it because it happened during COVID, and then Chris Birdie was retiring, so we bumped it. We kept bumping it. So finally we're doing it this year, so I feel like it's been a really long time in coming. But anyway, it's inspired by the Green Lantern. And I'm not going to quote it, but the work is really pretty amazing. We've got artists Kumasi Barnett, William Downs, Kenyatta Forbes, Robert Pruitt, Charles Williams, and of course Patrick Hammy will also be in the exhibit, and Stacy Robinson, who also teaches at the U of I. So that reception is going to be on Thursday, November 17th, and it's from 5:30 to 7:30, and we're going to have a gallery talk about the show by Patrick Earl Hammy, and Stacy Robinson is going to DJ.
Oh, very cool.
So that's really, pretty nice. And William Downs, one of the artists, is going to install his work. So Patrick got a big grant, a Mellon grant with the U of I. And so we're able to bring him to come and stay for a week. So he's going to stay at Unit 1 in Allen Hall on the U of I campus, and then he's going to be here on campus installing. And so I think that's going to be a really wonderful experience for our students to kind of experience that, as well as then he's going to speak at Cranard Art Museum that Thursday. So you can check our website or check the Cranard Art Museum's website about that talk. But his work has these like kind of really interesting figures, and he paints directly on the wall. And Patrick Hammy is going to do that with his work too. So it's going to be a really amazing show, and totally kind of challenges the idea of what drawing is. and really is talking about Afrofuturism and dealing with like comic books and superheroes and all sorts of things. So I think it's going to be a really terrific show, and I'm really looking forward to it. I don't have all of the programming booked for that because the show goes through February 18th.
Okay.
So we will have additional programming that'll be listed on our website. I think we're planning on having a panel discussion and things like that. But this coming semester, definitely check out Cranard Art Museum, because Patrick and Stacy also have a show there called Black on Black on Black on Black, and just had the reception the other day, and that was terrific. So that's a show including other Black faculty at the U of I, and just a really amazing exhibit if people get a chance to go there and check that out, because our show overlaps with their show a little bit. So we've got a lot of activities happening this fall, and then into the spring semester.
That's
So.
incredible. Yeah, what I love is all the layering with other things
Yeah.
happening in the community. It's part of all this whole ecosystem
It
of
is, yeah.
artists and cultural experiences for people to come and check out at Parkland College.
Yeah, and no charge. So we like people to know that we're free and open to the public, and we encourage anyone to come. You don't have to be a student here at Parkland College, although we are a learning lab, and so our students are always in there getting tours and learning things. So it's always critical to remember that too.
Well, thank you,
Yeah.
Lisa, for just your thoughtful leadership at the gallery and always bringing interesting exhibits to our students and our community. So
Great, I
thank
appreciate
you.
your support. Thank you
Yeah.
for having me.
Yeah, thanks for being on.
Yeah.
Well, that's it for this edition of the Parkland Report. We thank you for hanging out with us for 30 minutes or so and learning about all of our Parkland Presents entities that are providing cultural opportunities for the community. So please come and check them out. Check our website, parkland.edu, and we'll see you next time.